Welcome to Heather Cooks. I'm going to show you how to make the best fucking blender pancakes. This recipe is so easy, and it's one of my favorite things to just get up on a weekend morning and pull out what's in the cupboards and throw this together. I recommend making pancakes in a blender because it saves you a lot of cleanup. You can mix it in here, you don't have to use a spoon to mix it, and then you can just pour it right into the pan. One of my pet peeves with pancakes is that they always call for buttermilk. Now, who keeps buttermilk around all the time? I don't. So in this recipe, I substitute whole milk Greek yogurt. It gives it a similar texture, and that's something that I often have around in my fridge. So I'm going to start by cracking eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and crack these separately. I'm going to use 4 eggs. So I'm going to add the eggs to the Vitamix, and we're going to put in 1 cup of whole milk, give it that moisture. And we're going to start by blending the eggs and milk together. So next we're going to have about a 1/2 cup of whole milk Greek yogurt. Always have a rubber spatula. I love this recipe because when my husband and I haven't had time to go to the grocery store to get more bread or bagels and we wake up really hungry on a weekend, I can just pull out the flour, the baking soda, the eggs, and throw together homemade pancakes. I'm going to put in a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, actually a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and we'll give that a mix. This is super easy to clean up. Even though pancakes are a sweet item, you need to add a pinch of salt because, like I always say, salt brings out the flavor in anything, even baked goods and sweet things. So a little bit of salt will bring out the flavor of the pancakes. Otherwise, they can have a bland taste. So I've preheated a cast iron skillet. I just love making pancakes. It reminds me of my childhood growing up in Vermont. My parents would make blueberry pancakes every weekend. And of course, we have it with Vermont maple syrup because that's the only way to have pancakes. And our butter is melting. Grease that pan a little bit. So our skillet is all hot and ready. We're going to add our pancake batter now. I'm going to do 1 big pancake. 1 big flapjack coming up. You're going to let the pancake cook on its first side for about 4 minutes, but the way you know when it's time to flip it is when those bubbles pop up. You're going to see the bubbles start to form on the top, and when they start to pop, you know it's time to flip it. The perimeter of the pancake will begin to look like it's cooked through, a little more firm. So while the pancake's finishing cooking, I'm going to get my serving plate ready. I'm going to serve it with some berries, some butter, and Vermont maple syrup. We're looking for a light golden brown, but not too dark. Once we flip it over, it only needs about 1 or 2 minutes on the other side. As you can see, I was talking about the perimeter of the pancake is getting darker because it's really starting to cook. We're going to take a little peek. Oh, perfect. See, it's light golden brown. You can tell it's cooked. And we did it all in a blender. We didn't mess up a big bowl or a lot of spatulas or anything. It's just a really simple thing. And it makes it easier to get that perfect round shape. As you can see, cooking it on the other side with the baking powder is helping it rise up. So we're just going to give this 1 more minute. You don't want raw insides to your pancake. But I love the way this is going to be really fluffy. And the yogurt helps with that texture that you get from buttermilk. Just going to keep an eye on this. I'm so excited to eat this for breakfast. We're going to plate this beautiful giant pancake, serve it with some butter, Vermont maple syrup, a side of berries. It's a perfect breakfast, really easy. Best fucking pancake. Enjoy.